Hey guys, just giving you a tip about doing swarm traps right now. I use a starter strip inside of a deep frame. Got my torch going. I just come along through here and I just run this torch down the starter strip, which melts the wax just enough to help hold it in place. That's important because through the summer, as this sits and it gets hot and cold every day, the wax will actually fall out of here. So now that I've done that, as you can see, it's got a little burn to it. Now that wax is actually melted into that slot there, and the bees will draw their wax down from it. I run all my swarm traps. It's a 5-frame newt box like this. One side here has a hole in it. It's drilled at an upward angle so that rain doesn't run into it. And then next step is going to be just a bar like this. It's got a hole in it, so I just put a nail in the tree or wherever else I'm going to mount it, and then I just screw it directly into the hive. Basically, by putting in 5 frames like this, there's a lot of cavity space in there, which is what bees want. So this year I've got out like 47 5-frame nuke boxes as swarm traps, and they're pretty much all out, or the last couple will be out next week. And with that, hopefully we're going to catch some swarms, so stay tuned. I want to talk about something with farmers. Right now in the world and in America, there is a shortage of farmers. And so people always ask me, what's the size of the farm? How big is it? And it's about 1/3 of an acre here. I don't own any land. I'm the landless farmer. Basically, this is a message to anybody who wants to get started. Just go up and ask people, hey, can I use your yard for my dream? That's how I literally got started up here. I just walked up one day and said, hey, I'm looking for some land. I'd like to farm. Here's my idea. I actually ended up sitting down with the landowners for about 2 hours. And here it is, year number 5. As far as all these swarm traps go, I now have 7 different people who said we would love for you to put out swarm traps on our land. They all but offered. I asked 2 of them and 5 of them came to me, and I literally don't own any land as a farmer. But there's no shortage of land. There's just a shortage of people who want to work hard and people who just really enjoy farming and gardening and getting out there and doing that kind of thing. So if you're at home and you're kind of wondering, hey, how do I get started? Just start talking to people. Ask, tell them about your dream. You'd be very, very amazed at the support that's out there for small farmers. My community right here is about 2,500 homes altogether, and people love that. It's a little fresh farm stand. I put out what's fresh when it's fresh, and there's that. As far as the swarm trap goes, so I've got it mounted here on this post on a nail. This is on the back side of the farm stand. I keep another one right back here. That's my compost pile, and I've just got one mounted on top of that. Swarm traps are pretty easy. They just need a cavity or a place for bees to go. When they're swarming, they really don't care about anything but finding a new home because they take all their resources with them. So one thing that we can do to get bees to come in, I just take a little piece of napkin like this, and I've got, they call it bee attractant, but really it's just lemongrass oil. So it's got a little paintbrush on the end of it, and literally just put some on that. I'll drop this here in the back of the hive, and then again I'll take this little brush and I'll just put one little dot here on the outside, and I put 2 dots on the inside, and I rebait them about maybe once a month or so, once every 2 weeks, once a month. The last thing I'm going to do is here's one of my migratory lids. Migratory lids, they're just easy on and off. Pop this on like that. Make sure it's seated good. The big thing with beehives is you want them as level as you can. So I actually just had to find a little spacer here in just a second. As you can see, it's kind of canted. Bees, you don't want them drawing out crooked comb, so I'll find like a stick or something just to put in the top there and bring it out flat like that. Otherwise, we'll just let this sit. And bee colonies this time of year, it's early March through maybe mid-June. The hive will get really packed out, and the queen will leave with half the hive, and just take it with them, and they leave behind a queen cell and the other half of the hive, and then all the resources and stuff with that. And so basically they need a new home. They'll find anywhere. And so for me as a beekeeper, that's free bees. So I set up a lot of these. This year I'm setting up, like I said, a total of 47 swarm traps, and hopefully we'll get some. I'll document them as we get more. Anyways, y'all have a great day. This is Ashby at Ashby Farms. Thanks for supporting my channel.